Wow, I'm alive. I exist. I'm gonna do more of the Paranormasight. I have no idea how much of this game is left. I feel like there's no telling. Look at my Steam page. I think the game was supposed to take around 12 hours. It's been about 8 hours. So this probably isn't gonna be the last time. I don't think it's gonna happen. Even if I streamed to this for 4 hours, surely I've taken more than the average amount of time. Hello, Kaboomer. I'm so sorry for not showing up the past few streams. College be a doo-doo head sometimes. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I can't imagine how busy you are. I guess I can a little bit. I've heard of some of your college woes. I've been trying to stream all I can because who knows what I'll be moving in like less than a week. In a week, somewhere around there, and it's new place. Internet is gonna be something. So hi Teal. Hello. Congratulations on first Kaboomer. If anyone wants me to try to tell them what's going on in this game, speak now or forever hold your peace. Or however, I think that's how that goes. I guess I could try to, I don't know, it's pretty much the same rundown as last time. It's like, in this area, there are like in Honjo, there are the ancient stories, the like legends, the 7 mysteries of Honjo, and there's actually like 9 of them for some whatever reason, but each one of them kind of like represents a curse, and at midnight those curses became real. And if you like, each person we're kind of following has been given a curse, and they can like they've been given like a curse stone, and they can use their curse stone to curse other people, and if they curse enough people, then they can get enough soul dregs to do the rite of resurrection, which will allow them to bring someone back from the dead. And so far, I think it was like the first line here, we were following someone named Okie, and he had a curse stone, and he successfully like resurrected his friend, but he like died. Like his friend technically, I think, did come back to life, but it was more of like he went back in time and died in her place. And so we're following these other people. It'd be difficult to like explain everything, because everything is like interwebbed, and all these characters kind of like know each other, and you're supposed to use your meta knowledge to figure things out for the characters. Like right now there's these 2 detectives I have highlighted, and the one on the left is the one we're following, and he's like trying to collect all the curse stones to keep people from being murdered. And like the curse stones can only be used at night in this specific like city, and I think it just became morning, so they're gonna try to get all of them before the next night because people have already died. There's a lot of stuff going on. Hajime Yoshimi's death, Nejima's threat of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Susumi leaves Ario to handle this investigation while he catches a quick break. Yeah, I think we ended on the detectives, so we'll just continue with the detectives. Kinshibori Park. Morning. What are you cooking for dinner? I cooked a dinner yesterday, and it was just mac and cheese. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Oh, we can't like turn to the phone booth anymore. There's stickers around here. It's daytime now. Surely you can see stickers, but I don't think there's any stickers. Oh, there's a sticker on the ground. Mockingbird number 19. Who put this on the ground? You don't put stickers on in the dirt. Mockingbird 16. Swanelope swoosh. Swanelope swooshed. Swoosed. Huh. OMG, we're making mac and cheese. Are you adding anything like special? I think the mac and cheese we buy doesn't usually have enough cheese, so we bought extra cheese and threw it in there. Sometimes we'll add meat. Forensics have finished their investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, so it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. The sun is not out, but I think V is trying to add tomatoes into it. Yeah, that's not what I would add. He's been up all night gathering information. I've heard of people that put like, I think a lot of my sisters used to like to put salsa in their mac and cheese, and I'm just like, I don't want salsa in it. I don't want ketchup in it. I don't want tomatoes in it. I'm good. It's mainly experimental. Well, I hope it turns out well, huh? Have you not heard that? Like, I feel like those are like they're unusual things to put in mac and cheese, but I feel like they're surprisingly common. Like, I've definitely heard of people who put ketchup, salsa in their mac and cheese. I hesitate. I don't want to. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. It gave me a chance to rest up. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, the floor is yours. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man was found here. Ah, that's Okie, the one who kind of went back in time and died for his friend. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. I haven't heard of mac and cheese with salsa or anything aside from like extra cheese or meat. Maybe it's just like a white people thing. I don't know. I don't do it. I think it's gross. Just like the idea of it is gross enough that I don't want to try it. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned in the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's got to be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries, too? Oh, boy. It was... I'm, like, sitting here, like, being like, it's definitely not some of these. Whispering Canal. Yay, it made a happy noise at me. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Irio. Starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind the residential complex of Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in this area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot-washing mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries. And this is Namigaki's doing. Shit, I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And for the third victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonouchi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of a courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. Not just any school. Komagata houses one of the Seven Mysteries. They're really putting my knowledge to the test. Was it the Fool's Procession? Should I just check if I'm not sure? Fool's Procession. Okay, yeah, it is. I'm a genius. I've been paying attention. Right, that's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility this death was also the work of a curse. Hold on, I gotta click my bongo cat. It's important. I see. Either way, it seems like all three victims can be tied to the Seven Mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of all this, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point to one direction. Do point in one direction. Wow, the band's here. They did it. How many members are there of One Direction? Can they each have a curse? Are there 7, 9? That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious cases. He also died of a mysterious I can't read. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is, the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Huh. Couldn't he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh really? I see. I don't know too much about this stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. Basically, we're safe during the daytime. Currently designing my stickers. I'm planning on designing them based on the animals that I've crocheted for the art market. Currently working on the shrimp sticker. I want to see whenever they're ready to be seen. Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. He must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss. Let's do this. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he had the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Okay, we're just getting a list. It'll take a good bit till it's ready. How do you like, do you have like a special printer that prints onto sticker paper? How does that work? How do you make a sticker? We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bears too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. I asked around Sumada's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. Seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Oh, you're planning on getting them manufactured by a local sticker business. Sonny, can we make stickers too? And by we, I mean you. How much does that cost? Oh yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building and force of impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Trying to get them all designed and ready by the end of this week, so I can place an order not too last minute. It sounds like you are gonna have a lot of work to do. Huh? What was the evidence? I have a business card of the business that I'm gonna use. Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, and so it was ruled a suicide. But he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. I guess you could send us a picture of the business card. I'm kind of interested. So there's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it wouldn't have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if this was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did it? Who did him? I can't read at all today. Found out about it from one of my classmates in my art business class. She mentioned that their family ran one and even gave us samples of stickers. Ooh, I hope their business goes well. In our area, local businesses don't tend to last long. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics in the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. But if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Remember the girl Yoshimi met the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure really have the time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can't we have community safety tracker down for us? I look over and Sunny's bongo cat was sending emotes. Should I just like screen share the bongo cats and like there's room at the bottom of the screen? That could be fun. Let's see. Could I window capture them? No, hold on. This is gonna take a second longer than I expected. I think I'm gonna try a game capture. Yeah, sure. I'll add your bongo cat too. Hold on. Capture a specific window. Capture the bongo cat. Okay, it's not transparent. So well, wait. Why did it go away? Bongo cat. It looks terrible. Allow transparency? Okay, there. Thank God. Okay, now how do I... Here. Get down there. Go into my... Don't look at my settings. Always on top. Blah, 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 blah. Gaming mode, whatever that is. Should I hide the player names? I might hide the player names. Where's the setting just to like, because I can't like move my cat any further down. Like snapping isn't turned on. Am I just out of luck? Wait, no, it's... Hold on, it might just be magically doing it now. These are really small, too. I guess it being small. No, I don't want you to... It's snapping. I told it's not supposed to snap. What the hell? Okay, let me look at the settings once again. Snapping. Snaps bongo cat to the taskbar if near the taskbar and on the main screen. Here, let's turn it on and see what it does. Okay, it's obviously snapping. Turn snapping back off. And it's still snapping. Life bad. Life unfair. It's not... I can't have it be where I want it to be. Okay, now I'm seeing there's a multiplayer option. Snap cats. Snaps cats to each other nearby cats. Could that be the problem? The invite didn't work. Oh. Well, doesn't look like I can invite you again. I could send you the lobby code. Can someone... Bunny, could you invite? Okay, it looks like the multiplayer Snapcats is what was breaking it. Here we got the bongo cats. Let me know if you like still can't join. Huh? We'll get back to that in a second. I guess I could like make a new lobby. My last choice is to just make a whole new lobby. So you want me to walk you through how to invite someone? Here, I need to move my cat. Give me that. You go to like the 4th tab, which is like the multiplayer tab, and then you just scroll down and there's like a list of people and you just click invite. And hopefully you're able to invite. Invite whoever you want, I don't really care. Especially since like the names are hidden. Maybe just through like context, you'll figure out who's who. I think, whatever. They need to stay hidden. It like looks better when they're like stuck to the bottom down there anyway, so even if the name was there, you wouldn't be able to see it. Kaboomer, were you able to get the invite? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Because of the teacher that died? That's right. Bongo cat emotes. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we might have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information on Yoshimi's fiancé from the community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa. 27 years old, she works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But where's the picture? It's weird, like I see the notification, I open my messages, but for some reason it doesn't show me the join game button. If I gave you like I don't know how to join a lobby through a code. But if I give you the lobby code, I don't know if you can find a way in. Here, I've sent you the lobby code. Keep having to move my bongo cat around. Keep having to hide it. Oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. Oh, there you are, I think. There's no name attached to it. That might be you. There's a way to join. Yippee! In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Mayu Chozawa. Mayu is a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi, police officer of the Sudama Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? Huh? It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know, things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be the same person who was out for Yoshimi. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. HQ's mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. Checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Geez, that's just sloppy. Heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Yeah, so the man who the serial killer who chopped up like a grade school student or whatever into tiny pieces has been given parole, and they lost track of where he is. Fantastic. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Nejima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. Yeah, now he... Well, we don't know if it's him, but he very likely is the janitor at, like an all-girls school. And now he's calling us on the phone telling us he has a curse powerful enough to kill half the population of this freaking town. That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse or insanity. Whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make him hard to track down. That explains why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's going to take way too long. We only have until dusk. Do we have the mugshot of 20 years ago, or do we have a more recent picture? Because he looks wildly different. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet, I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Doesn't that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up, I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Denjaba do it? Former, huh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry, it just kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with the curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. All right, one of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Akuda, or the Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. I'm forgetting who these people are. Okay, the high school student who is dead. Or Hitomi. Who's Hitomi again? Even though we just talked about a lot about her. Hitomi Akuda. Just another student. Well, this student's at least alive. I think let's go to the high school and find the girl who's alive. Fancy sushi. With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Susumi and Ario direct their investigation towards Komagata High School and the Shiraishi residence. And it has something to do with sushi. That's funny, you got a box. Angry. Komagata High School. Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. Why didn't they just stay home? The school gate will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Talk to the person in charge later. Yoshimi also looked out for these students as a Sumida city officer. Juvenile delinquency has been a growing problem for years now. The school is no exception. The midpoint of the Showa era saw a marked increase in delinquency among young people. A wave of violent incidents targeting teachers as well as students and often involving weapons consumed the nation's middle and high schools. Bosozoku motorcycle gangs also enjoyed their heyday around this time. Japanese arrest rates reached a historical peak during this period, and pompadoured Yankees and female Sukiban delinquents became a common sight on the streets. This youth rebellion is often framed as a rejection to universal education policy or the pressure of highly competitive entrance exams, but its causes are likely manifold, extending far beyond the deficiencies of the education system. The news of the dead teachers have also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. Kamagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood. This place looks safe and sturdy. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the fool's procession, and of course where the teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Where are the stickers at? There's been a sticker at pretty much every location we go to. I don't see one. They kind of stand out. I can't like turn my head very far. Alright, speaking of schools, what is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now, so why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. I think that girl's dead. She's either dead or the fact that we didn't send... She's probably, actually, she might be alive, because the guy we suspect to be the serial killer with the curse of the one-sided reed, we didn't tell him where she was. So she's probably fine. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When'd you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout out the area. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of ghosts here. 9 a.m., a perfectly reasonable time for students to be at school, and yet, I doubt this will be that simple. Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink. Anyone who could help us scout out the area? Is that supposed to be a hint for me to do something? I can't talk to any of these. Does this just mean I should leave? Maybe we'll find the school scout over here. Near the Shiraishi household. Seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. Stickers. Oh, sticker. Mockingbird number 8, number 6. I know numbers. Illegal eagle. Now that's silly. They're all silly. The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. Really feels like old Tokyo. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. Except for the students who went to school, even though school was canceled. Which honestly sounds like insanity. Here he goes checking the Shiraishi house at the end of the road. The street's real narrow, so two big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs. Alright, I'll go check this house. You mean the house that's like... It's really fuzzy over there. The smog, it must just be like the smog. Here it is, I'll check in the Shiraishi household. I'll just wait until he gets back. Oh, I was about to leave. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox. Humph. Irio looks kind of disappointed. Cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation has changed, select resume to try again. Pressing suspend will return you to the story chart. I guess let's follow the high schoolers. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. 8 a.m. Yako's home. Yippee, she's still alive. Hold on, I'm clicking buttons on my phone. My idle game. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Hey, huh? You're up. It's morning. Are you okay? Can you remember your name? I'm the Spectre of the Spirit Board. Yes, I am the Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity if you used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. Couldn't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh. Sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as an apprentice, or maybe more like assistant to a noble paranormal expert. Schools of Voice had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. Anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah, why would you head to school? School's canceled. Do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako? Is it really so wrong trying to bring Michio back? I mean... I can't approve of that. The right may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. And that's what I believe. And what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse, no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right, thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go. Candy shop Sonoya. Sonoya? An old-fashioned candy shop located on a street corner in Honjo. It has been in Yako Sakaraki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you can spot Yako watching over the store, cooking manjayaki, and playing traditional tops and cards games with the local children. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it is not uncommon to see these largely privately owned businesses become something more like general stores, selling food, drinks, utensils, and other daily necessities. Many families operate candy shops on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as a doma, with a space in the back where customers eat manjayaki, as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high economic growth when many confectionery manufacturers enter the market, are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. Oh, they're all playing Nintendo at home. God damn it, Nintendo. I went to a candy shop not too far back, and the candy there was expensive as hell. I wanted to buy some gummy sharks. I forget how much it was, but it was like insane. It was like $10 for like a pound or something. Maybe more. That just doesn't seem reasonable. But I guess that's convenience stores for you. Thanks, Walmart. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. Are they gonna recognize her? This isn't good. Well, what happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonouchi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either, since I didn't watch the morning news, but so I forget what like year this game is set in, but I guess it's before people have like, because we were at that one mansion and they're like, oh, we even have our own like private phone line. So I guess it's before people had phones in their houses. So there's no way the kids know school is canceled until they they're already at school. Just really lame. Rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. Like, it makes me think about, like, in my area, school might get canceled because of, like, weather. But then it's like, okay, the weather's so bad, school was canceled. We made it to school through the terrible weather. Oh, it's canceled. I'm glad that isn't a possible problem anymore. Or I guess if the weather was that bad, maybe back then before phones, they were more, maybe parents were cooler with the, yeah, it sucks out there, we're not taking you to school. My mother was always crazy when it, like, the school got closed or something. It's like where I lived, like, our roads were, like, we lived a bit further away from the school, and our roads would get, like, more dangerous if there were ever, like, ice or some sleet or whatever. So they might not close the entire school, but our bus route wouldn't run, and my mother would, like, take us to school anyway, down the dangerous roads. And now that, like, I'm an adult and thinking back on that, and I know more about my mother and her own personal issues, I think she just wanted us the fuck out of the house and leave her alone. I think she just wanted her alone time, and nothing would take that from her. So we got to drive down the icy roads. I remember one time, like, our driveway was, like, really steep. Like, it's like a kind of like a long stretch through some woods, and then, like, a really steep incline up onto the road. And that, like, concrete incline was just completely covered in, like, ice and snow. And she about, like, turned her car over trying to get up that, and finally had to give up. It's just thinking on it, it's, like, incredibly dangerous, incredibly insane. Why did she want us to go to school that badly? She was fine. She was fine. Rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curses? We don't know enough to say. But from what I heard, Mr. Jonuichi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. Someone used it. Keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Eep. Sorry. I'm so good at voice acting. Kohei was an honor student at the top of his class back in high school days. The apple of his parents' eyes, he was placed under immense pressure to attend a first-rate university. I think we read this. Is it just updated that he's, like, freaking dead now or something? Yes, deceased body was discovered on the school grounds at dawn. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. Huh? That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Akuda? Okuda? You're right, that's unusual. Oh, but she was at school last night, too. She must know something about Mr. Jonuichi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me. Huh? Why does she have a red name? Did anyone have a red name before? Was that just random chance? So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what is it? Exorcisms? Oh, so that's what it was. I want to hear about the exorcism. You tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to me, all the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated, as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits to have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. So when the two parties aren't in sync, that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seance or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. Those are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people in life who have had extremely powerful why is this hard? There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person, but even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose between behaviors that wouldn't be usual for them to do on their own to begin with. So that's the case. Wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior on your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for it to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Oh, whatever. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. To think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako, bet you could see them with a little training. I think I might pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was going to exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. I tried to perform an exorcism on her without even telling her anything. You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. Did you hear about Mr. Jonucci? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. But I can tell you. It was almost dawn. Probably around 3. 3 is not almost dawn. At least not here in America. I don't know when the sun rises in Japan. Or how they're like... Because around this time of year here, I don't know, 6, 7... Not 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden. Ran out onto the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Ah, somebody help me, forgive me, Michio. Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But for a second I thought I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh wow, like Michio. I didn't go out to make sure, but it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased Mr. Jonoichi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyways. Right. There must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Well, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? Sorry to hear that. Anyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. You've returned. How did the macaroni and tomatoes turn out? The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, it was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey Mio, I've been thinking something. Huh? The way she described it reminded me of something. When Mr. Jonoichi died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it's like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? The mac and cheese is good. Yippee! Teal, you're a culinary genius. Your experiments in the kitchen have paid off. She put in a bit of extra cheese and some broccoli and chicken. Whoa. You're making like gourmet dishes. Broccoli and chicken and tomato in the mac and cheese. She didn't try the tomato thing. Oh. Broccoli and chicken, though, good. I don't think so. The curses of the seven mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust that what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. Next time you'll try the tomato. I hope the tomato turns out okay. I wouldn't trust myself with something like that. That's all I know about that asshole's death. He told me last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonoichi collapse. Can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonoichi. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me and those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand, I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. I finished my scrimp sticker. Did you send the scrimp sticker? You gonna send it in the correct Discord this time? Whoa. Scrimp sticker. Oh, I clicked on it on accident and got even bigger. I hope your scrimp stickers sell well. They look good. I feel like it's a pretty good idea too, because if somebody shows up and they're like, "Oh, I love the crochet shrimp, but I can't like afford it," maybe they can afford a sticker, and they can have that instead. So last night, that piece of shit Jonoichi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us more in detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? That's the sort of plan that, and I heard stickers sold pretty well in the last art market. It's hard to explain where to start. What did you mean by Mr. Jonichi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her, called her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination, nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way, that's how? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yako, I know how you may feel, but try to stay calm. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Jonoichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt like she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, how terrible. Tell me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to and they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around, but she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like this an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying that how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Jonoichi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them. But that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. You told me if you knew about it, then why didn't you... Trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point in blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? Did you hear what the dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. Don't know. Got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all, real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Another thing, one time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about her, how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. How is she in these places? How unlucky. Whenever I'd get worked up over something, Yoshimi would always take me straight to the park. And he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over like usual. But something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too, and it was pretty unusual. What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. When he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. Talisman that Michio had? He knew that I knew her. So that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonoichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have the eyes. Blah, blah, blah. Yoshimi didn't just have his eyes on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I look inside, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. And since he died right after that, yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Hello, other guy. Enjoy your daily nut. Sorry, well, I guess you did technically get a daily nut yesterday. I streamed on the 27th. It was just like 2 a.m. And you'll probably, what is today? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll probably be streaming Wednesday. Knowing what I know now, you probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Kim and Vi tapped out. They tagged me in. It's like someone's got to keep you company. Well, what's going on, other guy? How'd your day go? You been in college? Are your classes nice? Huh? Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. I'm still here. Well, other guy is giving you permission to leave, I suppose. Well, there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. You know, I've been wondering, when I left university 6 months ago, I don't know how university works over there. I'm just trying to be nice and ask you about your life. People love talking about themselves, don't they? I mean, meaning to ask, Sonny, or I guess anyone, does the stream have a 1080p option? Because it's been pretty suspicious. I'm pretty sure I put the stream in like 720. Huh? How does it have a 1080 option? It can't have a 1080 option. I believe you, it says that, but I'm like, my output is supposed to be 720. It's supposed to be 720. If did they change how OBS works? Because I've set it to 720 in the past and it worked. I've set it to 720. It's supposed to be at 720. It's not been at 720. How am I supposed to stream at my new house? It looks 1080p too. I'm gonna have to figure out how to change it, because it's obviously not working. because there's no way the new house is going to be having streams at 1080p. I still have 3 semesters to go. I'm expected to graduate spring of 2027. That sounds like a long way away. That's like 2 years. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Itomi. Yeah? That talisman, would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. I'm done, baby. I'm so fucking old. How many years, semesters, whatever did you do? Did you do like a full 4 years? Am I allowed to like look anywhere? What if there's stickers here? So last night, you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah? And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. Don't go to school, kids. It's a scam. Yeah, I remember being young and always hearing the promise of like, oh, if you go to college, you'll get like, you'll have a good job. You'll get a good job. Just go to college. And I'm like, as an adult now, I'm like, it's not promised. They always talked like it was so certain. Sell vintage clothes online. It most certainly is a scam. I guess I'm lucky I didn't get scammed. I don't know what I would do with a college degree. I don't need a college degree to stream. Thank God. Asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. I could have technically been done by fall 2026 because because of this one class that I need to do is available in fall only. That does sound annoying. Are you gonna so like is one of your semesters going to be like one class? My dumbass got a degree in filmmaking. Nobody watches films anymore, don't they? I watch his films. Maybe. Well, it's going to be a pretty relaxed semester, I hope, if it's only one class. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck. I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night, but nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. The class is the senior game project. It starts in fall and it continues into the spring semester. Is that not technically like 2 classes? Is like one class usually like only a semester? Hence why I can't start in spring. So it's just a really long course. More like senior lame project. Sorry, other guy. More people play games now than watch films. You filmmaking. More like lame making. It's a project that carries over both semesters. That sounds like a nightmare. I know I'm not one to talk because I love procrastinating, but if your project carries over 2 semesters, like for your own sake, do not put off the work. you cannot do like a year's worth of work in like a week at the end. I believe in you. Stick with it. It's like a senior game project 1 and 2. By the end of that, at the end of all this, you're just gonna have a fully fleshed out game. It sounds like a lot of work. Hopefully we're gonna work on it together. That would definitely help if they let you do that. My plan is to think that it's due in 1 semester and use the 2nd semester to polish it. And then other guys just like, I am in so much debt. Moon, I am in so much debt. I'm just move to America and change your name. That'll fix it. I think they either encourage or require groups. Well, I hope if you have anyone else in your group, they actually do work. Just so best case, I'm an assistant camera operator on Love is Blind season 23. That sounds cool. That sounds like a good start. The assistant camera operator, you're in charge of the lens cap. You better make sure the lens cap is off the camera and you better not lose it or you're fired. Me too, other guy. I'm so fucked. I'm so... Y'all are making me feel ever so luckier that I didn't go to college. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Moon, you're the smart one. I'm the smart one. I guess I kind of, in a way, I remember being like hammered really hard my senior year where they're like, you have to figure out what you want to do. What do you want to do? What do you want to go to college for? Figure it out. And I'm just kind of like, I have no idea. I just won't go to college. And they were just like, oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. And then like my family at the time, like, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain other than like I was the youngest kid. So I was the one that was like most neglected and they didn't really care like how I turned out or what happened. So like my family had like 0 input on whether I went to college or not. Like they just did not give a shit. So when I was like, going to college sounds really hard. I don't know what I'm going for. I don't think I should go to college if I don't know what I'm going for. That sounds kind of important to know what my major would be. So I guess I used my one brain cell and knew not to go. And that one brain cell has not come in useful anywhere else. There is no benefit to college. It's still crazy to me because I think about when I was younger and people talked about like how beneficial college was. Like I feel like I remember my oldest sister talk about how I think she dropped out of college, but she's like, oh yeah, I applied for this job and I told them I went to college for like X amount of months and they said they hired me over these other people because I had gone to college some, so they hired me instead. But I'm like, it just doesn't seem like that anymore. It doesn't seem to matter. There's going to be 1,000,001 people going after the same job, and they probably just, hey, this stuff doesn't matter anymore. Haven't gotten any debt yet, luckily. I dropped out. Hell yeah, Sonny. Hell yeah. You got the bonus of going to college, and you can say you went to college. You don't have to tell anyone you finished, but you went to college. You got a roof over your head even though you never have a job. It's magic. I'm just really lucky that I wish I could say like my family's really nice and takes care of me, but it's when you say that, you think like, oh, your parents. And I'm like, no, my parents suck. I'm just really lucky that my sister understands my, how do I say it, just situation in life and takes care of me. I've been saved by scholarships and grants so far. Can I get like a VTubing scholarship or something? Can somebody just be like, oh, you want to be like a VTuber and you need money to like, just, you know, do your thing? Here's the big, here, give me the big cash money wad. Maybe I can pay it back one day. In like 50 years. Sonny can afford new Katamari games. I don't. So he just went Katamari. Also, I don't think I want to talk too much about my finances on this stream. Yeah, I know there is no benefit to college. But with our current situation, with Mr. Quack as our president, I might lose them possibly. Do y'all want to burn our government? Ides? ID? Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I thought Ides was a word. Like you're talking about like the Ides of March or something. You want to burn our government IDs and move to Switzerland? What was that country you heard about recently, Sonny, that got like, was it like Iceland or Greenland? Ireland. Ireland was the country that got like the really cool, is she like the president? I forget. There was like one day, it was like yesterday on Twitter or something, where people were like, oh, like Ireland got this really cool progressive female president. And here's like video of her playing like basketball. Look how cool she is. Sonny you didn't see her playing basketball? She's such a cool president. Our president plays fucking golf. The game of old white rich men who suck ass. Go to Kai CNAT Streamer University? What the fuck is that? Sonny, what is that? Ireland got a leftist independent president. She's our Zoran. You're using a lot of words I haven't seen on Wordle yet. I feel like Sonny's like trying to tell me, but I feel like I missed important words at the beginning. As a person who ran, who's the my fucking the limits of what I know about politics is fucking showing. Zoran Mamdani, the socialist who's going to be the mayor of New York soon. He's cool. I have heard about that, and God, I feel like I remember hearing something about like Trump talking about that guy and how like Trump plans on like just pretty much just taking money away from New York because he's like mad about it, that guy won. People are scared because he's going to freeze rent and make buses free. Sonny, you want to move to New York? What does it mean to freeze rent? Like, will just living places be free? What do the landlords do? I'm genuinely curious how that works, or that works out. Oh, landlords can't increase the price. That sounds really, really cool. They should force landlords to also lower the price. Rent in, well, at least New York City is absolute dog shit. I always hear people talking about rent in New York, and the joke is always $3,000 a month for like one room. That's New York. We need to get like a rent freeze on like internet over here, because I don't know if it's just like our local ISPs where I live, but they love raising the price. Like they'll sit here and throttle me with no shame in their heart, and then they'll like just raise the monthly price of how much it costs to have the same internet you've always had. Which I guess is just what like raising rent is too. It's like nothing has changed. I'm just gonna charge you more because I am a greedy bitch. I'm gonna read some more of the game now. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something, and grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. If I finish this game before Halloween, it will be a miracle. Because it's definitely not happening in this stream. It might happen in the next stream, but I don't know, like, I'm gonna have to stream like 3 days in a row. Because I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow already. I've plans to stream with Jared tomorrow. And then I guess I can stream again on the 30th and hopefully finish this game. And then the 31st, Halloween, I'm gonna be busy Halloween night. So I have to, like, if I'm not done with this, I'm gonna have to play it like Halloween morning or some bullshit. What are your policies as mayor of Moontown? Landlords have been excommunicated. Living in their buildings is now free. We're desperately trying to get you to talk about anything but this boring ass game that only you like. Well, Sunny's apologizing. Me and Sunny like it, so fuck you. I'm just thinking of just like I'm just like, I should open up Neon White for like 10 seconds. Hold on, can I download Neon White? Oh, it's 5 gigabytes. I don't have that much room. That's too big. You know what, other guy? Last time you had chowder. What more do you want? You had chowder. What do you want now? What would you like? What would make this game better? Grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Eep. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. The Tascots. Sonny, aren't you? But your computer. We have to use Sonny's computer for the Tascots. Are you saying I have to take his computer away from him? He's busy. He's using his computer. I'm so sorry, Sonny. You're so cool. It's starting to rain harder outside. I'm about to close the window soon. Yeah, I'm checking the weather radar. Make sure it doesn't start like thundering or come in the freaking window. No, it's supposed to stop raining soon. Oh, it's not a good time for jogging. Don't go jogging right now. Stop spamming those bongo cat emotes. Sonny, I only have hate in my heart for Moon. You are an innocent. Why? What did I do? You know what? Here, I could post that emote too. Hit you with a hammer. Other guy, you wanna be a bongo cat? You wanna download bongo cat? Look how cool it is. You could post emotes on the stream. You could hit me with a hammer, sure. Yippee! Hold on, I'm waiting for the tascots. Stop apologizing. Hammer emote. Oh, someone just died. Was that Teal? I think it was. The hammer got her. Sorry. Post my worry emote. Crying. Money, money, money! Yeah! This is your college right now. Dollar signs, dollar signs. Okay, you got the bongo cats. You got the tascots. Fuck me. I can hear myself. I'm dying. Okay. I fixed it. You have the bongo cats. You have the tascots. Do you need something else, sir? Sir, is there something I can help you with? You know what? I know what can make this better. This is a might take 5 minutes bit, okay? I've had this idea. I was gonna use it somewhere else. I'm gonna use it right now. I'm playing my hand. I'm gonna see if I even know how to set this up. What are these fucking things on my screen? I'm getting so many Steam achievements. Which are you one of? Oh, this is you, isn't it? You're like the plain bongo. This game only has like 7 Steam achievements. One's for like bongoing once. One's for like doing it 100 times, 1,000. It goes up to like 1,000,000. Hold on, I have to. It's gonna take a second. Bear with me. Here, I'm gonna hide the game and try to figure this out. I need this. Well, that ain't good. Oh, this ain't going well. This ain't going well. Oh God. Yeah, this is bad. God damn it. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. I had a plan. It's not. This isn't fair. We just played the dang game. I retract my previous comments. I'm busy. It's gonna be so cool. Maybe. Why isn't this doing anything? How about this? How about that? No, I changed the. They fucked up his order 5 times meme. Why is this impossible? How about this? How about that? How about this? This looks terrible. I'm just making the game look bad. I'm just turning this into more of like a horror game. I've turned these girls into like zombies. Look at them. You can't really see them, but they're there, and they're zombies. On a black background, this is much more visible. Oh, they're okay. They are. They're fucking. They look awful. These poor girls. We have to bury them. Cry for them. They're already dead. God, do they really look that much different? They're so gray. I can't like hold on. It's hard to tab back into my game because of all the bongo cats. The bongo cats are covering my taskbar. Yeah, that's right, when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jonuichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Happy coffee. Afterwards, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's why I saw Jonuichi come back outside and bite it. Oh, I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was dumb to fall for that. I was dumb to fall for that creep Jonuichi's trap so easily. Could have gotten a lot worse, but I lucked out. When you described what you described, it does sound like Michio's killed Mr. Jonuichi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way, you mean that really was her ghost, like for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. It's raining so hard outside right now, I can hear the wind whistling. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright, then supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. Huh? Huh, Sunny? I'm so sorry. It's gonna go back to the... Is it only 70 or is it like higher than... Hold on. It would never go back up to the 80s or 90s. It would be insane if we're this far into October and the weather, the temperature goes back up to the 90s. What? Sunny emergency. Sunny, throw other guy across the room or something. Get his ass. Other guy, where'd your bongo cat go? Weren't you having fun? Sunny's like the Tomodachi News. Other guy was found eating baked beans again in his room late last night. What is does Tomodachi News like say anything like interesting? Isn't it like the dreams in that game that are crazy? There was too much shit on my screen and I was scared. What do you like? It's one like little bongo cat in the corner. Turn it back on. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. Huh. That's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. There were 5 of them and they were covering my important files. I'm pretty sure there's an option to like, you can like choose which ones to hide. You could hide them all if you want and just have yours. And your important files. Like you couldn't see your picture of the queen you set as your desktop background anymore. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. I spoon feed her beans. That's scary to think about. I'm just imagining like a cardboard cutout of the queen, and you like her mouth is open, and there's like a little hole, and you stick the spoon beans into it. I feel like that's like horror movie shit. You would see someone doing that, and they would catch you catching them, and then you'd be murdered. And then they'd have a new cardboard cutout to their collection. Creep 2014. If that's the movie I'm thinking of, that was a really good movie. And I'm surprised how good the sequel was. Anyway, catch you later. Don't die out there, okay? Thanks, we'll be careful. Alright then, we got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Joniichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bear at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yeah, you dumbass. Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Joniichi seem to be different. The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mr. Joniichi, Hitomi, and Old Man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Joniichi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Alright, the person who killed Mr. Joniichi would have to be one too. How do we know that this old janitor guy who's likely a serial killer doesn't just have more than one curse stone? Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Joniichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him had me wondering. Sonny, remember you gotta pick the movie this week. I've been meaning to ask him about that, and I'm like, if Sonny doesn't pick a movie, I'm just gonna make y'all watch The Great Mouse Detective. Also, that reminds me, because me and Sonny watched Euphoria, without Climax, basically the same title. Climax. We watched Climax the other day, and I reviewed it on Letterboxd, and I saw your review was 5 stars, and I'm like, there's no way in this goddamn earth that other guy gave that movie a 5-star. That's crazy. I did not think that movie was very good. I feel like me and Sonny will usually, like, we'll watch a movie and we might talk about it for a little bit. We talked about this movie for more than just our normal little couple sentences back and forth about what we thought. I'm like, we both were just like, yeah, this movie sucked. Why the hell are people giving it 5-star ratings? Like, we were like 30 minutes into this movie and I'm like, yeah, this has almost like a 4-star average rating on Letterboxd. What the fuck is this? Like there was so much of the start of the movie that was just like a bunch of, and maybe I'm just not impressed by a bunch of styles of dancing, but it just looked like a bunch of dog shit dancing to me. Like nothing was happening, just a bunch of people flailing around like idiots. And then we get like 20 minutes of like a bunch of dudes sitting around and like talking about how much they want to like fuck women all the time. I don't think I know anybody who's given it more than 4.5. I gave it a 2, lower than a 4.5. I gave it 2 stars, and the only reason I gave it 2 stars, the only reason I went that high, is because I was impressed that a lot of the movie seemed to be like one take. Like there weren't like a lot of cuts or anything, it was just one take. But in the end, especially at the end, it wasn't all that impressive that it was one take, because it's like the part where they just like are holding the camera upside down, walking around with it, and everything is so like blaringly red, you can't really see much. And then it's just people just kind of doing their stupid dances again, where they're just kind of flailing around like little freaks. And then I'm like, at the end of it all, like, I think of, you know, like the message is drugs, bad thing happen when do drugs. And I'm like, maybe I just can't connect with this movie at all, because I've never been around people who are doing crazy drugs. I've never done crazy drugs. It all just seems like it's hard for me to take seriously. I don't have any like personal tie-ins with drugs as a problem. I watched this movie and I'm like, okay, dancing, a lot of dancing, like 30 minutes of dancing. This is stupid. And then we get like 20 minutes of guys saying very uncomfortable things about women. And then they all get drugged. And they all just kind of do really stupid things. The credits in the middle were cool though. I'm trying to remember when that happened. I don't think the credits in the middle were cool though is enough to give it a 5. So I'm trying to remember what movie we were talking about the other day, where you gave it like you gave it a 4.5, and I asked you why you didn't give it a 5. I'm trying to remember what that movie is, because I'm like, I remember it being a really good movie, and I agreed it was a really good movie, and I'm like, how is Climax a 5? But that other movie was like, it's just, I really did not connect with. I feel like I must just really not have connected with this movie. It was one of the movies of all time. It was, and not even connecting with it. I feel like there were a lot of times where like things were happening. It's like there was like someone whose like head caught on fire, and they just kind of like ran off camera, and the whole rest of the movie, I'm just like, where did she go? What happened to her? Like, you finally find out at the end that she's completely fine and her head's just burnt a little bit, but I'm just like, just kind of annoyed during the movie, where I'm just like, why did they do, like, where'd she go? Why didn't we follow her little story? There were so many times that the camera just kind of like picks somebody and we follow them for a while and we just see what they go and do. There's like the woman who, you know, she was pregnant and that's why she didn't drink. And I'm pretty sure we followed her for a while, and she was like kicked in the stomach and called a liar, and they were all like, you drugged us. And then she ended up like being like surrounded on the stairs holding a knife because she was scared, and they were all like yelling at her, telling her to kill herself. And then she started like cutting herself and crying and screaming. And then we just kind of like picked some random person out of the crowd and followed them, and they like walked away. And I'm like, why aren't we watching what's happening with this? Like, I feel like that's like, the fact you remember so much does show that it's a memorable movie. I just wanted to be able to talk about it because I'm like, yeah, other guy's like a film student. Can he explain to me why this movie's a 5 out of 5? I don't get it. Even down to the moments of, okay, like, I'm interested in this pregnant woman. She got kicked in the stomach. That was fucking insane. Like, that made me feel something. Like, I'm like, damn. And then we follow her and she's being told to kill herself and she's self-harming and it's like crazy. And then we just kind of don't see the outcome. We just camera walks away and follows someone who just, I don't know, starts having sex with some random girl. And then this, I don't know, there are a lot of, I don't know. Maybe I just don't vibe with the movie. If I don't vibe with the movie, that means it's bad. It's my letterbox. I'm gonna review it poorly. The mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Yeah, sorry if you're here to watch Paranormasight. I'm gonna talk about Climax. The mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonauchi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but look, I fucking hate Creep and all my friends like it. I get it. I feel like I can't remember Creep as much, but I remember watching it and I'm like, holy shit, like I'm trying to think how to describe it. Like the movie did a really good job at like what it wanted to do. It's toxic yaoi found footage. It does such a really good job at what it's trying to do. It's phenomenal. The Climax movie, I feel like maybe it did a good job at doing what it's trying to do, but I'm just like, did we really need all of this nonsense just to give the message drugs are bad? Like from the very beginning of the movie when they, I guess like after their little dance number and they go to the punch bowl, I'm immediately like, these people have only known each other for 3 days. They're all obviously dumbass adults. Why are they all drinking out of this punch bowl? I remember before they knew the punch, like, cause it was alcohol in there, but they didn't know it was like spiked with any kind of drug yet. And they started like, they like brought the child to the side and the mother's like, don't drink this. It's not juice. Don't drink it. It's bad for you. I immediately knew there was something else going on with that freaking fruit juice. Not the fruit juice, the alcohol, you know. And then we saw like 2 girls talking later and they're like, oh, do you think that little boy's gonna be okay? And it's like, oh yeah, he went to bed. And I'm like, that kid's fucking dead. How many drugs did that kid drink? I don't know how to wrap up my thoughts. Movie bad. Of course, I doubt Michio herself is actually there, but I just remembered I saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses given that he's the one doing the research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of old man Ashimiya's and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but as for what to do now, I'd like to find out who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows and set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. That makes sense. In which case, next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? The school? So they're looking for, what's it, the janitor? People's names I know. No, they're looking for the writer. He's a regular at Kuro Cafe. I didn't read the rest of that. That might have been important. On Hakusai Street. Hakusai Street? No. What was that one place we were at before the detectives where they were just like at street? It's a film by the same director I'd really like to get your take on someday. Same director as Creep or same director as Climax? And so, Mr. Kurosuke... I can't read. I thought it said Mr. Mio Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. I kind of just picked randomly because freaking... Should I try one of these again? Should I have picked somewhere else? What's going to be different? Enter the Void 2010. How similar would you say it is to Climax? Because if it's the same director and it's like the same style of filming, I feel like I'm gonna hate it. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the curse stones, while Harui lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Enter the Void 2010. That movie is so fucked up. Ha ha hi. Hi Jer. Have you ever seen Climax? It is phenomenal filmmaking though. I still remember watching Climax and like I got annoyed because it's just like the camera's upside down, everything is red, and they're just kind of walking around watching people be freaks, and I'm just like, I'm just imagining like I'm filming this and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting turned the camera upside down. Now we're really on drugs. I couldn't take it seriously. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? Haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. I haven't. I just irreversible and Enter the Void. Well, don't watch Climax is bad. You're a movie normie. It's all right. Irreversible is way more fucked. Never watch that, Moon. Sonny, put it on the list. We gotta watch it. Fine, I'll put it on the list. We gotta watch. We have to. No, please don't. But now I have to. I have to. Everyone's begging me not to. How can I not watch it? Am I not gonna be like a movie? Ow. Am I not gonna be a movie normie anymore? If I watch Irreversible, I'll be irreversibly changed. Sonny, do you want your monitor back? You want to spawn a Jer in? It's not funny horror. It actually messes up your week horror. I can message you. I mean, we've watched messes up your week horror before. Yeah, Eden Lake. I think Eden Lake. That movie fucked. I think of all movies, that movie fucked me up the most. I second other guy on that. Well, okay, I'll wait until after I move and then I'll watch it. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. I think there's any stickers outside the mansion. You think anyone would come onto like the mansion grounds and hide stickers? I'm not seeing any. I don't have a lot of field of view. The town is beginning to wake up once more. The clamor of society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out from the industrial area. A funny, spooky game. I'll be playing funny, spooky game. Well, I guess maybe not funny, but nice, spooky game tomorrow with Jer at 10 p.m. Central. This is the old mansion where I was born and raised. Go check out ChillJer at chilljer.com. Go buy his deodorant. No one in the mansion at the moment. The door has been locked shut. The housekeeper has already left after cleaning and preparing food. Thank you, other guy. Remember to buy the Jer butt mouse pad. He's looking a bit tired. He must have been up all night investigating. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our own purpose. Oh? I mean, I suppose I would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, would it? Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it got the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way I did back when with the ransom. Well, congrats on your nut, Jer. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. How do you know that? And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of the resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them a deal. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if the situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. Now there's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all? You mentioned hearing an agonizing voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose. They're likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers. You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it may seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky since as a curse bearer they themselves would also become a target. So it would actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers move less aggressively. That's right, but despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is a safer course of action, which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy. So how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul drags, can we be sure there's even a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. First, there's Ayami Tono, the girl we talked to. You're not helping! Shut up, other guy, shut up! Thanks for the 50 bits. Yummy, yum, crunch. First, there's Ayami Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She hates money. I love it, yummy. Money crunch, why? She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park, near my bongo cat. My bongo cat emote. Love money. You even determined her address? How could you? Thanks for the 100 bits, Jer. Yummy crunch. Woohoo. Ew, it's stinky. Yucky. Ew, You even determined her address. You're not one to be underestimated. What her? Thanks, Twitch Mobile, for censoring the word fart. I'm surprised it even let you send the word fart. That'd be extra funny. JR, have you ever thought about streaming visual novels? Because I'm thinking about how like you were sick the other day and your throat was messed up. And this game has hated my throat. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum, pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. Doesn't seem like she returned home last night. When have you played Outlast? Let me go remind myself what that is. I'm going to stream one next week. What visual novel are you streaming? Outlast? Starting Coffee Talk Chapter 2. Oh yeah, I forgot you played Coffee Talk. I don't think I've played Outlast. It's $4 right now and overwhelmingly positive. 5 of my friends own this game. Triple A quality graphics. True survival horror experience. Captain America, it's been 75 years, Gip. It has been a long time since he played Coffee Talk. I shat my pants, would play again, 10 out of 10. Yeah, how long is Outlast takes... Right, okay, the main story is only 5 hours. Completionist is like 12. Jerry won't play it. It's too spook for his chill vibes, only zone. I mean, I'd give it a try. It looks cool. It's got AAA quality. It looks too scary. How scary can it be? It looked like a little baby game. Real horror. Outlast setting and characters are inspired by real asylums and the cases of criminal insanity. Unpredictable enemies. Players cannot know when or where from. One of the asylum's terrifying inhabitants will finally catch up to them. Are they gonna like pop out of the toilet or something? That sounds like comedy. I'd be up to streaming Outlast. It might not. I guess, I don't know. I want to finish this game first. It might be after Halloween. But if I somehow magically obtained a copy of the game, I would be willing to play it. I'm not saying I'll take the game very seriously, because I'm terrible at taking things seriously, but I also feel like I just have more fun when playing a game like that if I'm just like joking around about it. What was that one game I played, Sunny? Like, I wish I had the VOD for it. I think the only thing left is like one clip where I played some old horror game and I got like a broom and went up to like a furnace. It was Amnesia. I played Amnesia and I was like fucking around so hard. I found like a broom and there was like a fireplace or a furnace or something. And I found out for some reason you could shove like the entire broom into the furnace, even though it looked really small in there. And I made so many sex jokes. And then there was like some place I was in like a library, or there were like some bookshelves, and I was like stacking boxes on top of each other, trying to get on top of the bookshelves instead of playing the actual game. Add quote, "I'm terrible at taking things seriously." I am. There are definitely games I've played before that were meant to be more serious, and I goofed it. I'm baby. I worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? Well, I received a gift on Steam. Oh, I tabbed in the wrong window. Whoa. Is it Peppa Pig? Oh. Other guy has gifted me Outlast. Man, I hope she takes this game seriously on stream. No, I'm gonna get like the first jump scare and I'm gonna be like, whoa, no, like, whoa. It's gonna be great. Thank you. Seriously though, thank you, other guy, for the free content. That wasn't very serious. I'm so sorry. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the curse stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. It's not a game I care too much about. It's just a go-to spook game. Well, just from the screenshots, the vibe of it seems interesting. I don't know what you actually do in the game. I assume you walk around, you pick up sticks. I don't know. Do some light puzzles. You can be a little silly as a treat. Next is a tall man who is dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive. What can I say? He works as a secretary to Hihaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assumed she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would be up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters. They hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the ride would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. Ah, now that's an interesting thought. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be about college. I almost said college. Thought they were going to say he was college age. This one seemed to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him though, but I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Well, that's a shame. But I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the rite of resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my, even he is involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, wouldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. I prefer to ascertain those... I can't read. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hockey Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Waragesu Street. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It connects the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. Congratulations, other guy. You reached the 3-stream streak. And your reward is... Oh, my penis is so big! There's your reward! Congratulations, other guy! Can we get some cheers for other guy? He did the impossible. Sorry, anyone who's here to watch me play Paranormasight. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jonouchi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Yeah, I know other guys have said anything in chat because he's like clipping as fast as his fucking hands can type. He's losing his mind. Okay, no, that Does that count as a quote? I just read what you typed. You can't quote that. That's cheating. Well, regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we were getting somewhere. Isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Girl, you added the so big. It's not my, it's the dyslexia. This isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. Can they start, like, calling people by only, like, their first or last names? You really wanted to brag. I didn't. I just read your message. Somehow you edited it after the fact. How do I always the game just told me I got an achievement for like 10 hours in this game. I've barely played this game. Other guy, you're supposed to be saving money for like your trip to America. Don't you have like a vacation? You're gonna be away from home for like a month. You need to save your money. What are you gonna eat? Where are you gonna sleep? You think living here is cheap? Bits is monopoly money. Is it? I think bits is like you pay $1. No, you pay like $1.20 so you can give me $1. Like that's the opposite of monopoly money. Like that's like you're being taxed. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. So, Jer, when you stream visual novels, does your voice get absolutely destroyed and your throat hurt? It's in the TOS, they don't like you referring to it as real money. Okay. It's, I'm trying to think of how to refer to it in Monopoly money, but Monopoly money doesn't have pennies. It's tough. Does you having like tea help? I figure you do it like you use the power of tea. I don't drink tea. You've got this. Maybe. Tea with honey. The honey is the helpful bit. Yes, honey. We have like a bottle of honey in the cabinet. Should I just like go drink some honey? Would that fix me? Also, I'm thinking about like the TOS. They don't like you referring to it as a real money. How do you refer to it? Do I just have to pretend that like bits are like a real currency? Or do I just like you just shouldn't refer to it out of in any other context? Even just a spoonful of honey, but it helps if it's in warm liquid. Yeah, actually, it does for me. Should I go get a spoonful of honey and see if I'm cured? If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. For science. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries' curses? Would it really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up. Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. How does the honey help your throat? Does it just like I'm talking and my throat gets raw and the honey is soothing and magic? The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. He seemed to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. You might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go. The high school, south of Warigesu Street. Ow. I'm used to monotone mood. I don't know. I don't want you to sound sultry. Why is honey gonna make me sound sultry? I don't know. Stuff seems to be happening at the high school. Let's go to the high school. Here we are at ground zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? Girl cracks voice training with one simple trick. I gotta get the honey! I gotta get the honey! It's magic! Other guy said it's magic! Other guy said that's all it takes. She's finally lost it. She gone. I went to the kitchen. I got the honey. I don't remember when we bought this. It's good until 2027. It hasn't been opened yet. Open. Come on. Come on, I'm gonna open this and honey's going to explode all over my keyboard. Ew. Ew. Come on, you stupid little eel thingy. Get off of there. Get off of there. Wow. Wow, I should have done a hand cam stream for this. Watch me open honey. That's the kind of content everyone's looking for these days. Maybe she had to tinkle, and doing this bit is a good disguise. I wasn't gone very long. Do you think I was gone long enough to go to the bathroom? Well, I have to say, honey on its own honestly isn't that great. Stickyhands.jpg. I think I avoided sticky hands. I feel like I swallowed the honey and there's just like a little bit of it right on the edge of my like windpipe and it feels uncomfortable. Am I cured yet? I guess I might feel like a little better for the moment. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. But it's Sunny's favorite. Sunny must not like honey that much if it's still closed. After we bought it, like months ago. Part of his brand. Sunny, you gotta figure out something to do with this honey. It's open now. Now it's gonna like rot in 3 days. That is how honey works. I think that's how honey works. Has to be like refrigerated now or something. You know how like bees naturally refrigerate their honey? Seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. He appears to be wary of the police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. Why don't you figure it out? Sonny, you want a spoonful of honey? That's like a meal. That's like cooking. No. Sonny just sadly said that's my dinner and is like reaching out for the spoon. No. Sonny, this is not your dinner. You can have more than that. Do you actually want honey? You can't. This isn't all you get for dinner. Stop saying that. You don't get honey now. Now he says he gets nothing. It's important for the brand synergy. What, that he's only allowed to eat honey because it's in his name? Does this mean, like, what am I allowed to eat? Rocks from the moon? Dirt? Dirt from the sky? Oh my god. Sonny, you do not want a spoonful of honey. Here, I'm putting it on there. Only honey and bunnies. I feel like eating only honey and bunnies is like a pretty... Like, you at least have, like, meat in there. What do I get? I get fucking rocks. And, like I don't know, bugs. Cheese, because as we learned from the Wallace and Gromit short, a grand day out, the moon is made of it. There you go, Sonny. I gave him his spoonful of honey. Are you happy now? Did you enjoy your dinner? A cheese and honey family. I'll take cheese over honey. I'll eat nothing. I'll eat nothing but cheese. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Sure. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. He can eat honeycombs, that's a solid. Is that even edible? Is that not made out of, like, I don't know, bee feces or cardboard or something? Sonny says Sonny said he's gonna eat the cereal. The honeycomb cereal. So what did you learn? As school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonuichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Sonny, give me the spoon back. Give me the spoon back. Good. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought, but there's one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonuichi. Really? The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, no one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. Huh. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure, let's hope it stays that way. The serial killer janitor's gonna find it. Not like he needs it. Probably doesn't need it. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Saraishi's house. Well, let's go there. Let's drop everything and go there. Near the Shiraishi household. Is she gonna someone gonna magically be here? How did it go? Went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home. However, no one seemed to be there. Got no answer out the door and all the lights were out. Seems to have been empty for a while now. Stack of newspapers out front. Well, nothing. Hey. I'm going to take away your honeycomb privileges. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. Go do some drawing. That emote needs redone. Get to work. Back to the art mines with you. Okay, back to the art mines with you. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out the Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps. This past year. Hey, this ain't drawing. Hey, you got work to do. Hey, True. Spooky ghost. Ow, newspaper.
Hey, how's it going?
Whoa, it's that guy. Ow, a bomb that doesn't explode. It just came back. Why is Shotaro from Kamen Rider W on the screen? Who? This woman? Other guy hopping around? Jer? Who is Shotaro? The dude with the hat. Oh, yeah. He's a freak, isn't he? I'm gonna go look what this guy looks like now. Yeah, he also has kind of a hat that looks like that. Some silly hair. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. Hold on, I gotta click my idle game on my phone. It's important. And by important, I mean, yeah. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first, they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far, so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kankichiro Iwai? That seems like way too many syllables for 4 letters. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. So what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts, and the neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice to Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shiraishi's standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse for Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to a hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely, they seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. Seemed that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turnaround after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by my story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Kankichiro Iwai, the common-law husband of Michio Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi. Kankichiro started coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little over a year ago. Seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. Sticker? No. I've never liked these messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. Suppose a detective is used to this kind of thing. Always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it. But the Shiraishis certainly hadn't lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. The Shiraishis were dealt a tough hand. Can't imagine what it was like. Could it be the girl was forced by her circumstances to take part in the kidnapping? The Hihaku Soaps headquarters are on the other side of the South Waragesu Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but appears they're up and running now. He tells me he barely slept last night, yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too that resilient at his age? Perhaps is what sets apart a detective from the rest. Sticker up there. I don't get to turn a lot. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsui Yamamori is called the Queen. Hihaku Soaps, chemical producer that ranks 4th largest in the domestic detergent market, the 7th largest in the cosmetics market. From its humble beginnings as a small soap factory established after the war in 1946, founder Natsui Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective as a well-timed economic boon to boldly lead the company into new markets. Even as the market grew crowded with the industrialization of Tsushima City, the company continued to expand, digging its roots deep into the area. In particular, it established itself as a household name by focusing its branding towards the rapidly expanding convenience store market. Its flagship products now include cosmetics, detergent, soap, shampoo, and more. The company's name, Hihaku, can also refer to kasuri, a type of patterned fabric. Apparently I just collected all the information about all the persons of interest. That isn't... Did I? Collect all information on person... Okay. There's nothing new to learn. Prior to the war, Natsui enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war, and she was ordered to rework the fabrics that she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise of popularity of Western-style clothing in the post-war period, Natsui left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in her company's name, with Hihaku being another name for kasuri, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images woven with dyed fibers. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsui saw a business opportunity and set out on her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsui ran an aggressive promotional campaign on TV, featuring a popular Japanese singer, rapidly turning Hihaku Soaps into a household name. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. I'm going to go in. I may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck in there. How will you find me again? Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night, but it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you to hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did, to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You're a curse bearer, no? You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I'm a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. Glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Sugen Gam Yodo, who's gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers to unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. This stupid face of his. We have 6. 6? Whoa, I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. Seems we're on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. Sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. If you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prudent of you. I'll oblige. You know, we'd never write down any random number. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us in part. To convince us to part ways with our stone. To think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people at Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever. If word spreads that Hakua's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. Oh, that's unsettling. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People are discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, It all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I've reason to believe Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the Seven Mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. We should avoid Hihaku for the time being. It'll be a pain to have to deal with Takumi again. We're here. This is Midorichi Park. Ayami Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. Other stickers. Following this girl, we're not allowed to look at anything. We can't even... we can barely move. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Sugaru. Not only that, Katsushika Hokusai's home was also in this area. That might be why Ayami chose to live here. Midorichi Park. A small park bordering South Waragesu Street, sporting a mixture of cherry and evergreen trees. Although unremarkable in most respects, its small playground always attracts a number of children come evening. While no trace remains in the modern day, it stands on what was once the site of the Sugaru estate. The legendary artist Katsushika Hokusai is also believed to have been born in the vicinity. Seems picking up Ayami's trail is out of the question for now. Why did we even come here? I don't know, it's up to you. Kind of. It's always heartwarming to see children playing in the park. Richter seems to like kids. Perhaps because they're on the same wavelength. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayami's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch on the area. I don't know if they've got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. Got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? We won't make such progress sticking around here. Well, I don't really know where we're supposed to go. There was no one at the house. If we went to the street, I guess we go back to the high school. So this is Komagata High School. Guess there haven't been any developments. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I doubt anyone's still living there. Huh? Oh, so you came here too. What is it? Whoa. Timelines converging. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? Richter doesn't look happy. Ouch. Oh. I'm not allowed to go that way anymore. I might be done with this for now. It's been a good 3 hours. My voice, my poor vow. Here, save game. Hopefully next time I stream this, I get a lot more done. Rest in thine voice. I will try. It's a lot of reading. A lot of reading. Good luck when you play Coffee Talk. Is a lot of reading. I'm looking forward to our stream tomorrow though. Make a funny pumpkin. But goodbye everyone. Thanks for coming by and hanging out and blah 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 blah.